Welcome to my vlog. Yay! So my name is Sophia and I'm going to be starting this YouTube channel. It's going to be all about my business, sewing, and maybe a little bit of lifestyle content. But I'm super excited. This is something that I've been working or thinking about for a while. And I made an impulse buy to buy a little vlogging camera, so that's what I'm filming on. Today is a Thursday. I've been thinking about getting an embroidery machine for a while, so I'm actually at the store to go look at some. I literally know nothing about embroidery. I just know that I really want a machine. I think this is something that could grow my business. I sew. So let me show off. I have my cute little bag here that I made my outfit, styled my outfit around. So I sew things like purses, pouches, iPad cases, wallets, a bunch of little things like that. And I make some sales every now and then, but I feel like embroidery is something that could give me some more consistent sales. And it's always something that I've been curious about. I've just never actually attempted it, or I mean, obviously I don't have an embroidery machine, but even when I was in college we had access to embroidery machines and it was something I was curious about, but just never followed through. So I'm gonna take a leap and potentially buy one. Probably not today, but because I know nothing, I thought it'd be smart to go look at some machines, maybe talk to some people that know a little bit more. That way I can have a little bit more of insight and stop making impulsive buys. A little bit about me. My name is Sophia and I own Fia Grace Fashion, which is a little clothing and accessories brand. I hand make everything. I've been sewing since I was 16. I went to school for fashion design and fashion merchandising. I've been graduated for about 2 years. Have not been able to find a job in the industry, so I've basically decided I'm going to try and get myself a job. So that's what the vlogging is for. I think it'll help me stay a little bit more accountable and keep my business moving. Over the last year, couple months, my business has gotten a little bit bigger, as in just getting some sales every now and then. So I figured vlogging would kind of help motivate me to keep things going, especially if I want to do this full time, which is something that I do think I would like to do. I've always been really interested in entrepreneurship. Yeah, so come join me on this journey. Here we are, we're at the sewing center. Yeah, I've never been here, so I'm a little anxious, but let's go look at some embroidery machines. Okay, I just came out of the store. Why are embroidery machines literally the price of cars? Like, I'm kind of sad. I kind of want to walk out of the store with one, but I also knew that wasn't going to be realistic. So I think I've decided though on a machine that I would like, or at least ballpark. I talked to the lady, her name was Tammy. She was super helpful, she knew a lot, and she definitely kind of pushed me more in the direction of the multi-needle machines versus a single needle, which was like where I was leaning. So it was kind of just reassuring that that's probably the better route for me because I want to use this for my business. But the machine that I want is literally like $13,000. $14,000 if I want the whole bundle. So did not walk out of the store with a machine today, but I did learn quite a bit about embroidery because I literally know nothing. And I also learned that All Brands is having like a little like 2-day event, I guess. So you'll learn a lot about things like embroidery, quilting, and other stuff, little crafts at the event. So I think I'll look into that, and maybe I'll do that because I haven't done any sort of like learning or class lately, especially for like my sewing and hobbies and like art stuff. So maybe this could be kind of like a fun little thing I do. It'll kind of be like college, I feel like, because I was like a fashion major. So I feel like it'll kind of take me back to those days, because I have been kind of like sad lately that I'm literally doing like nothing with my life, I guess. I don't know. This was still a successful visit, even if I didn't get a machine. But yeah, now I'm on my way to Elisa Collective here in San Antonio. This is the store that I have a little setup in, so I sell some of my items there. I'm going to kind of reorganize my space because the last time it was definitely looking kind of crazy, a little bit too crowded, not very well organized, so I'm gonna go do that now. So here's what the inside of Elisa Collective looks like. This is my setup. This is the before, so as you can see, it's not fully organized. I just took out some of my Spurs merch, so there's a section that's just kind of blank. So here's what it looks like updated. I added some new stuff for the dog bandanas and collars, reorganized my wallets and the pencil pouches, and also the iPad cases at the bottom. And I also added some labels so that everything is readable and you can tell what each item is. And this is just what the outside of the store looks like in case you ever want to stop by. I just did a very quick little update. I added some labels to some of my products because I felt like you just couldn't really tell what was what. And then I also switched out my shelf at the bottom that holds the iPad cases, laptop case, and now the book sleeves. I reorganized my dog bandanas and the dog collars. I got these acrylic, they're actually for like necklaces or something on Amazon, but I'm using them for that. I'm hoping that they can handle the weight, especially if I start adding more. But yeah, just a very, very quick little refresh to my space, and now I'm hopefully gonna go get my nails done. Okay, I decided I am getting an embroidery machine. So that means that I need to clean up, reorganize the loft so I can make it fit. So I'm really hot and sweaty because that's what I've been working on. So let's go take a look. I definitely still have a lot of work to do, but let's look around. So here, that pile I'll still have to go through at some point, but I cleaned up this area a little bit. Things are kind of scattered. Cleaned up, went through some of these bins because those were looking a bit crazy. That's where I iron, and I rotated my desk. It used to be on this wall, but now it's over here, so maybe that'll help with some lighting. We'll see if I keep it all the way in the corner, if the machine's gonna fit right there, or I may scooch it out a little bit, we'll see. And then this is also mostly done, but still cleaning up some of these things. And look at all my super cutesy magnets from traveling. But this is still, I need to really organize my fabric. That's looking pretty crazy. And more fabric and things to organize. And yeah, so that's my update. Surprise! I went to the beach. So I ended up getting an embroidery machine that was in Corpus Christi, so might as well go to the beach too while I'm here. So this is just a new beach that I went to. It was Mustang Island State Park. We've driven by this plenty of times, but I've never actually been to it, and honestly it was such a cute little beach area. It wasn't really crowded, which was really nice, and you could drive your car like right up to wherever you're setting up. I will say I did get my car stuck in the sand and had to be shoveled and pushed out by some people around, which I was so grateful for their help. But lesson learned, if I'm gonna go in the part of the beach that says you need all-wheel drive, you should actually have all-wheel drive, because my car does not. So that was a fun little side quest, I guess. Okay guys, I'm back at home and I have my machine and the stand here that now needs to be set up. Here's Nami, our dog. She did not like the sound of my camera recording, but anyways, I'm super excited to have the machine here, and now the next step is to get it all set up so I can start embroidering stuff. Okay, y'all, we're putting together my embroidery machine shelf. So here's all the pieces. Finally moved everything upstairs, took lots of trips. It was a lot heavier than I expected, but we're gonna start assembling. Okay, we got one shelf done, or one thing done. Woohoo, yay. Let's do more. It's built, yay! It took quite a while and that was honestly a lot of work, but now I can bring my machine up. I'm probably gonna rearrange some of these because it's a bit crowded and I can't quite sew. So let's rearrange first. Okay, we're about to turn on the machine for the very first time. I'm about to start embroidering. My floor's a mess. We're gonna do a little test. Let's see. Here's the machine. We're gonna work on the setup because this corner's kind of not very practical right now. But I couldn't quite reach the outlet, so I'll get some surge protectors for both my sewing and the embroidery machine. Let's see. And it's on. Okay, and now it's ready to go. Okay, so I went to the store yesterday and got a bunch of thread for the machine. I chose a pretty simple design so we can test it. So now let's pick out our colors. Quite a lot. So we need a pink, do that one, a green, blue, do that one, and then a navy. Okay, so these are the colors I'll add. So I finally threaded the machine with the colors I'm about to use. The lady had left the threads from that she had previously used in there, so to try and make it easier for me to thread it, but I'm really bad at tying knots, so I basically had to thread some of them from the beginning. But it's quite a lot of pieces, as you can see. So now we are ready to start the machine. Okay, now I'm going to be threading these actual needles. So we're gonna do this one, number 2 now. So I'll use my little stylus, click on 2, and I kind of did this wrong, so doing a little extra step. And this nice and long. And now I'll press this little button and that thing pops out. And now we'll go along that, up and around, and then it rips. And then we'll press the button again. And that one's threaded. Okay, I think I got this ready. So we are now going to lock that. I did not quite have a successful day with my brand new embroidery machine, but it's okay, we're gonna keep trying again tomorrow. I probably spent at least 4 hours, probably 5 or 6, just trying to figure out threading it and actually getting it to sew anything. So this is one of my test pieces. You can see it didn't really do much. This is the thread tension test setting on there, and I only was able to get 2. So 2 of the 6 needles at least were threaded properly and worked. And this is after probably a couple hours of me just trying to figure out the bobbin too. So you can see on the back I'm using, this was black thread in the bobbin. For a while I was trying to use the white thread because it's one of the magnetic bobbins. But that one was just I could not figure out, so I thought I'd try the black one, see if it worked. And that one at least did. But as you can see, there's supposed to be 6 lines on here. Once I got to this one over here, my needle broke twice. So that was my stopping point for the night. And then I also was trying to do the first one, the first needle, and that one, I think it's maybe threaded in properly, because after I got the bobbin mostly done, and this one, it's at least stitching. Before it wasn't stitching, so that's why I thought it was bobbin. And so I skipped over and I think this was needle 3 and needle 4. So anyways, that's all I have for my embroidery content of the day, and also for the month of July. This is the end of my July vlog, so lots of different things went on this month, mainly all embroidery focused. But next month I will be hosting some more sewing classes, so I'll have some vlogging clips for that. I'll probably do a lot more of embroidery content and hopefully actually be able to get my machine working. I know it works, it was used, it's secondhand. I know it works, I saw it with my own eyes, so I know it's user error, sadly. As much as I'd like to think that I would know how to use it just from my sewing experience, it is definitely quite different. Very different machine, especially the 6 needle. It's a big machine, lots of parts, lots of things to troubleshoot. So anyways, thanks for watching my vlog. If you're still here, if you stuck around this long, and yeah, I'll see y'all next month. Bye!